What's going on, everybody? I appreciate all of you hanging on, waiting on the stream to start. For those who catch the replay, though, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so with these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So I was initially debating on doing some more decant sniffing today, but I'm just basking in my sillage. That's why I was like, screw it, we'll just chat. Because a lot of you saw the tease. It's like, I might as well say, sorry, I'm teasing you guys. It is what it is. I'm still going to do my Sin of the Day shorts video, but number 7 and 500. Basking in that sillage of precious treasure. So a few more days. Patience, everyone. Patience. It's I will warn you guys though, nose fatigue's a real thing with this. But it's like when you're up close, it'll start to fade. Like I just got punched in the face with it. But then like you just chill and it's randomly just wafting all around you. It's a sillage monster. But I've told you guys before, there's no secret. It wears super ozonic, bright, and light. But it's a sillage and longevity and projection monstrosity. This is a beast of all beasts, but it's so light and airy. It's wild. And I sat on the phone with Claude for about 40 minutes yesterday on my way home from the gym. I was actually going to the vet to get some antibiotics for my dog. And he re-educated me because it's been a few years since he explained to me the way he created this and why it behaves the way it does. But I got all the breakdown just to give you guys a heads up. It's probably going to be a 15-minute individual review for this fragrance. There's a lot to go over with the presentation. There's a lot to discuss with why this fragrance is the way it is. It's very involved. It's the most involved fragrance George has ever made and sold. And I got the whole spiel from Claude on why it behaves the way it does, the percentages of the molecules, the level of essential oils that are in this, why it's so expensive, what certain oils cost per kilo, the whole nine. This is very impressive fragrance, but it's going to be a hit for sure. And so we'll talk about, I give you guys a little bit of information here, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm going to get asked, but I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to you guys about this. This is going to be a hit. This will be everybody's favorite Zaharoff fragrance over the Seraphims, over Rosé, because I've been telling you guys for years his best fragrance is yet to be released. Time has come. It's very impressive. It is not of the signature Pour Homme DNA. It is a completely different original from scratch creation. And it's very modern man. It's very modern man. When Zaharoff typically is that classic gentleman, this is very modern man. You know, those that get it are going to love it. The number of people that aren't going to like it that get it is going to be super low. It's the inevitable. Not everybody's going to like it. Nobody likes every fragrance, but it's going to be super low. Like super, super low. So enough of that. Let's dive into it. We may or may not stream with George tomorrow. In fact, I was talking to him a little while ago, see if he wanted to jump on here since there was no topic. And he said tomorrow. So we'll circle back tomorrow and me and George might just do a stream instead of him jumping on. We just, just me and him from the start, bullshitting, taking questions, discussing things. That'll probably be what ends up happening tomorrow. La Mala Parfum, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh, by the way, hit that thumbs up on the way in if you don't mind. We got almost 90 people in the first 3 minutes. I sure appreciate that. How many we end up with, who knows? Just thankful for those of you that are here. That's a beautiful fragrance, though. Powdery, spicy, warm, and ambery. A lot of people's favorite La Mala flanker. Boss Bottle and Intense CDP, the most appropriately named flanker of all time. I stand by that. What's going on, Kaylin? You know, you're not the first person I've heard say that the newer batches are really strong. Of different, like not just that, like other fragrances from Creed, like Millesime Imperial and Silver Mountain Water and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised to hear that. Like these batch chasers have been lying. It really was a thing for a while, but it sounds like that's not a thing from the feedback I've been seeing. My son-in-law, I gave him a new metal cap bottle of Creed Aventus as a wedding gift when he married my stepdaughter. And he told me it's a beast on him. It's a batch from last year. They got married last year. It was a batch from last year. It was a brand new batch. So I've seen it firsthand with a bottle I bought. I didn't spray it on myself, but I got the feedback from the person I bought the bottle for. Good to see you, sir. Popular Fico. Justin's a fan of that one. Chapard Leather Malaki. I still need to get that one new release. I'm excited. I think it's the most versatile everyday fragrance in the line. Damn. All right. That's a bold statement. Not really a bold statement. A powerful statement is what I meant to say. Hawas Black, that's a great release from this year. Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Elixir, great fragrance. Disco by Zernel Gilly. Not familiar. Not familiar. For fall and winter, if you have a real fall and winter where you got some cool and cold evenings and days, for real, a safe one here would be probably Noir Extreme Parfum. I mean, and you don't even really need the parfum. The Eau de Parfum is totally fine for that. But probably that. Hard not to like. Sweet, spicy, sexy, date night kind of stuff. I wear stuff like that when it's cold outside. I wear stuff like that during the day. Azaro Wanted line and Strong With Yous and stuff. I wear those during the day in the cold. So that's my vote. That's what comes to mind for me right away. I mean, yeah. Couldn't help myself. I was going to wear Cigar Musk today, but I was like, how do I not wear this? I'll wear Cigar Musk next week because next couple of days I'm wearing this. I'm getting ready for a very detailed review. So, because I'm revisiting, because it's not really that much more. It's not that much richer than the lab sample test batch, the last one I had. Because those, like I told you guys, those get made like anywhere from 1.5 to 2 ounces at a time, these lab sample batches. Whereas that's the full production batch to fill the hundreds of bottles that he made, so it's macerated differently. It's a larger portion. It's richer overall. So, which the lab test batches are not macerated at all. They're blended and shipped out the next day. There's zero maceration to the test batches. So that's where they typically get a little richer, a little deeper. And it is a little bit, but it's not as like extensively deeper than something like Aurum was, or Black Rose, or even Seraphim Blue and Seraphim Red, where they're just so much richer than the test batches. Whereas this, it's such an airy fragrance that it's really hard to tell. It got a lot richer. It probably got more richer than I even realized. I can tell a little bit, but it's not like, oh wow, that's way deeper. That's way like just thicker. It's because that's not the way the fragrance behaves. I can't wait to really break it down for you guys. I'm sorry for the tease. I'm just really excited. I genuinely get excited for this kind of shit. I mean, that's my life is fragrance, basically. So, Dior Intense, sorry about that. Great choice. Great choice. Kajal Om, another great choice. Been a long time since I've worn that one. Paris Corners Emir Frenetic Delicios from Joel. Good to see you, Joel. Indeed, sir. Indeed. Creed Rolfa. Jason would be proud. I'm sure at some point we'll see him. Kara with a K. 1 Million Royal. Still sick. Woke up this morning. I've lost half my voice. Just picked up medication. Hope to feel better soon. Well, I hope you feel better soon as well. At least you felt well enough to spray a fragrance this time. I know you were feeling even worse yesterday. Ageless Oud from the house of Effin by Effin. I want to say I've heard of Ageless Oud. It sounds familiar. I don't know enough about it, though. It sounds familiar. That's the only thing that's like working for me right now. Cool name, Ageless Oud. Ooh, Jacques Bogart Silver Scent. There you go. La Tacita de Cafe, one of the best coffee fragrances ever, in my opinion. Definitely going well. I hope yours is going well also. Mind Games, Checkmate, and 1 Million Elixir. This off live stream clap. That's quite the double whammy. Kara, Coconut Girls in the house. Light Blue O Intense. Scent of the Night is Azure Oud layered with Armaf Odyssey Om, the black bottle. All right. Go ahead with your bad self. Good to see you. Everyone hit that like on the way in. It is a damn good smelling chat. The best on the internet, that's for sure. Scent of the day was Seraphim Red. A lot of people seem to wear Seraphim Red today. I saw a lot of posts about that. So it was Seraphim Red Day. And yesterday. A lot of people wore it yesterday, too. Aromas de Salazar's Blueberry Morning. Smooth, realistic blueberry and slight funky oud. Indeed. Authenticity's Urban King. That's the one that I never cared for. Out of all the authenticity fragrances, that one I never really cared for. Even from the start. And I know it got reformulated at one point. And even then, I just never cared for that one. It doesn't smell bad. It just doesn't like turn me on to where it's like, oh, I want to wear this. Let them know. Rafe, good to see you, sir. Rehab, or as I call it, Spice Bomb Posh. Scent of the Night, Strong With You Leather. Probably my favorite version. We agree on that one. That's my favorite version, too. Roy, good to see you. Oh, he changed his name again. So it was Zaharoff Fanboy yesterday. Today, it's the main Zaharoff fan. Best smelling chat indeed. Wearing Regio, Joel will be very proud, and Signature Tobacco in the evening. Good to see you, sir. You smell like coffee cake, sir. Excellent choice for this week. Excellent choice. Pacific Chill. Damn. Flexing. You wearing the most expensive fragrance out of everybody so far. If you're wearing like legit Pacific Chill, it's expensive. Smells great though. So much so that I bought a bottle too. Frederick Mall, The Night. Chad, good to see you, sir. Wearing Gallagher, September. I've never tried that one. Good to see you, Austin. Trying to multitask and edit my video while here, wearing Arquiste Almond Suede. Imagine semi-sweet almond cake with some beautiful florals to lift the profile and a suede finish. 8 out of 10. I like how you explain that. You can tell you like making fragrance content. Mont Blanc Explorer, you can't go wrong there. I wore that Sunday night. I did my Razorock Emperor Shave set, which smells like Fruity Batch Aventus, and decided to spray some Mont Blanc Explorer with it. Latafa Carrot, I'm not sure. Spot on to Kirk's profile. I was about to ask because I wasn't familiar, and only $15. Platinum Egoist. Oh, no random guest today. No, I already straight up said it. I asked George if he wanted to jump on, and he said we can do that tomorrow. So no, there's no random guest. Nobody has the link to this. There's no plans for a guest. Like, I'm even wondering, like, where the fuck you came up with that, because I didn't say nothing about a random guest coming on. Good to see you, though. Ooh, for greatness, Neo. I smell good as fuck. Hey, at least you know it. At least you know it. No sin of the day was off. About to buy my first Stronger With You. Which shall I get first? Any of them. I like all of them. My one I like the least is Only. It's the freshest one. And it's still not that fresh, but it's the freshest one. Intensely leather, oud, absolutely. It don't matter. Even the original, it don't matter. Whichever one sounds the best to you, buy that one. They're all good. They're all good. Tobacco, the newest one, it's the spiciest. Amber's really good. Like, just, I like all of them. I'm going to be super biased. I'll tell you to buy all of them if you got the money to swing it. Because I love them. I get every single one. The Most Wanted EDP. Fragrance World's Imperium, smelling nice and fresh like Elysium. Ooh. Definitely not going the safe route. Something a little bit bolder. Well, do you want sugary sweet oud or do you want rose patchouli baccarat rouge? You got to answer that question because that's the two. Sugary sweet oud from Arabian's Tonka or earthy patchouli, nice, rich, thick, jammy rose, sweet rose with that baccarat rouge sugared sweetness. And it's not over the top baccarat rouge, but noticeable. It's more rose and patchouli than BR540 sweetness, but Sensual Instinct is that jam. That's a special fragrance, but you got to like rose and patchouli. That's very important. If you're not a fan of either or one or the other, you will hate the fragrance because it's a bomb of them. But if you like rose and patchouli, buddy, it's really good. Both are bold blind buys. You know your taste better than I do. That's the question, I think. You want sugary sweet oud? Do you want rose patchouli BR540? Encre Noir à l'Extrême. Nice and dark. I came out with my full name on YouTube. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Luis, here we go. Coco Loco. Interesting when it's cool. And Scent of the Night, Diorum Intense. We got two wearing Diorum Intense this evening. Hell yeah. Excellent, excellent choices, man. You always come through with the double whammy. We're going to be staying home this year instead of traveling to Louisiana like we typically do because travel is pretty rough on my dog these days. The last time we left for the hurricane, it was pretty rough on her. So we're staying home. We're staying home, just the three of us, me, the wife, and the dog. Everybody's in Louisiana except for my uncle who's in Texas, but everybody else is in Louisiana. So we're going to miss this round for the holidays. Triumph of Bacchus, excellent choice. It's good to see you, sir. MWP. Most Wanted Parfum. I think I nailed it. Most Wanted Parfum and Prada Black. Excellent choices. Louis Vuitton Ombre Nomade. Damn, that's strong. That's a powerful ass fragrance. You smell great, and your neighbors can smell you. That's how strong that one is. Super versatile. Joel, the comment right above you is going to be very excited to hear about this. Look, here we go. It's his favorite Mancera. Very lightly smoked, fresh woody vetiver based fragrance with some nice fresh citrus. not real spicy or anything like that, not over the top musky. Just a great everyday woody aromatic with some citrus and a little bit of fruitiness. Not a super sweet fruity smell, but yeah, it's really good. Just got a shipment of Cremo stuff. Aqua de Joe Parfum, the new bottle. The hype is real. Good to see you, my man. Royal Tobacco. Damn. Speaking of strong fragrances that your neighbor can smell you. Shit. That's a monster. Dior Homme Sport for me today. Every version of Dior Homme Sport has been a great fragrance, I think. Leather Tobacco is on the menu. So, boy, y'all are pulling out the monsters today, huh? Shit. Everybody's wearing a strong-ass fragrance today. Mine's a monster, but you wouldn't think it would be. It'll fool you, you know? You guys will see. And I can't wait for some of the people like, oh, it's weak. 30 minutes and it's gone, bro. No, it's just your nose is really going blind to it because most people are going to go get some nose fatigue from this one. There's a strong dose of molecules in here. Orchinox, which was in Evening Mystique. There's a higher dose of it, much higher dose of it in here than there was in Evening Mystique. And that's one of the reasons it behaves the way it does. See, there's a little tidbit, a little nugget for you guys. And then we'll dive into the very special featured note from Namibia, where George went to South Africa to Namibia and all that good stuff. And this, I can't wait to dive. As you can see, it's killing me to not just dive into it. This is every time he has a damn release. Can't wait to tell you guys more. I am 39 years old. My stepdaughter is about to be 25. My wife's 9 years older than me. Mm-hmm. So my stepson-in-law, technically. My stepdaughter calls me dad, so I raised her, most of her life. Happy pre-Thanksgiving to you as well, Spencer. Prada L'Homme Intense. Beautiful. Patchouli Leather Iris. Oh, yes, I'm very familiar with Eugene's brand. It's a brand from fellow YouTuber Eugene, along with perfumer Antoine Lee. I know all about it. Yes, sir. I knew about it long before all of you. When he was in the creative process behind the scenes. Shout out to Eugene. Yes, sir, I am very familiar. Mercedes-Benz Intense. Y'all are really putting your foot on the gas here today. One after another. Kix Griffey. Dua's Angelic Elixir. Angel Share, I'm assuming dupe, not duo. Angel Share dupe. Kix Griffey approved. FWO Wolfpack for life. Yak Mob. Good to see you, sir. Pache de Cartier Parfum. That is wonderful for this time of year. A boozy gentleman's fragrance. Warm sandalwood, herbal bay leaf. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Good to see you, Kevin. How are you, sir? Kosmala, I have Neon Sport. Number 4 Sport, not Neon. I'm tripping. That's the only one I have. Ingredients, new accords today made people go nose blind. My 2023 batch, I smell for 20 to 30 minutes. I got a lot of fragrances that do that to me. And then that's how you really know the strength of a fragrance. If a few hours later it comes back to life on you, like you just sprayed it. Intense Drapoise, for example, that's notorious for that. A lot of the Sauvages do that to me that are heavy in Broxin. This one, I never completely fade to it, but it's immensely powerful right away. And then it's like, oh, that settled quickly. And then just out of the blue, it just punches you in the nose. And then like 10 more seconds later, it punches you in the nose again. And because I sprayed on my forearms too, not just the 5 that was in the shorts video. I smell it very well right here and now, but I smell it. It's even stronger when I don't go up close to skin. It's even stronger. Just chill. Like every time I breathe through my nose, I smell it. It's nonstop. Like this is monstrous sillage. And it's this whole room, this whole apartment smells like it. My wife let me know the whole apartment smells like it. 7 sprays was way too much. I just couldn't help myself. I didn't just want to do the 5 on the neck. I wanted to hit the forearms too, because I am testing in the process as well. So nose fatigue, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, especially when you're dealing with these molecules, these molecule oils, these aroma chemicals that are made in the lab. It's high level essential oils, but it's also got a high level of Mons exclusive molecules, which I'll break down all of what's in there when the time comes. I already told you guys Orchinox so far, which is Ambroxan family. It's more the amber side of it. Orchinox is more the ambery side of Ambroxan. There's a lot to go over with this one, guys. You'll see. You'll see. Sir, did you purposely combine the name of two Supremacy fragrances? Afnan, Not Only Intense in Heaven, is not a fragrance. Supremacy in Heaven and Supremacy Not Only Intense are two different fragrances. So I'll let you retype that, my man, because you're better than this. You're better than this. I believe if you take your time, you could type out the complete thought of what you're trying to ask me so I can answer it. I believe in you. Believe in you. Good to see you, sir. First time ever wearing Supremacy Collector's Edition is crazy. So I saw this was such a great take. Was it you, Jets? I don't know if it was you or not. Somebody mentioned in a comment today that it reminds them of a Ventus mixed with YSL Myself. I thought that was a great take. Why didn't I think of that? Yes. It's that kind of white floral where it's not like super flowery. It's because it is white blossoms and orange blossom and stuff like that. So that makes sense. Kind of a hybrid blend of more Aventus, Absolute Aventus, if you take the spice away, not just regular Aventus, but if you remove the spice of Absolute Aventus and add YSL Myself. It's like a really good take. I totally agree with their take on this. That's what Supremacy Collector's Edition smells like. When I read that, I was like, that's brilliant. I'm going to have to share that. I need to go back and look at whose name so I can give them credit every time because I didn't come up with it, but it's brilliant. I love it. I totally agree. Totally agree. That is a classic. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Versace Oud Noir. I'm surprised Dylan Blue, Oud Noir, and Pour Homme don't have flankers. I agree. Well, they're all Pour Homme flankers. Dylan Blue and Oud Noir are Pour Homme flankers. Technically, they are. They're like, we just haven't gotten a new one in a long ass time. I think the last one was Oud Noir. It's been a while. I'd love to get a new Versace Pour Homme flanker too. Honestly, I'd like to see Versace Pour Homme Parfum more than a Dylan Blue flanker. I'd like to get like richen up that DNA of Versace signature Pour Homme. Which is more suitable, red tobacco or strap? Or both. Both. They're both phenomenal for that. That's what I wear both of them for. You just got to come down. Do you want spices and citrus, or do you want spices and woods and leather? You get more. I mean, you get leather in both, but it's different levels to it. It's much fruitier. But look at it this way: they both have spices, leather, and woods. It's do you want fruity or do you want vanilla sweet? Because you can get more of the vanilla sweet with red tobacco. You're going to get more fruity sweet, and it's really not that sweet. But you're going to get fruits and sharp lemon with intense Drapoise. Let's scroll on down. Mind Games Cassia. Surprised I don't see it get more love. I don't even know if I've tried that one. Yeah, for sure. 9 a.m. dive, even though I didn't leave the house. Just, oh, man, sometimes when I'm just kicking it for the day, I still wear something. I spray something every day. It's rare that I won't spray something. And do not like them. I mean, teach their own. Blue and green are really good. Especially blue. I really like blue. Doing well. Good to see you here while I'm live. I can't complain. Good to see you, sir. Beardsome, always a pleasure. Intense Drapoise, my favorite citrus woody style fragrance. Prefer it over my Creed Aventus. I prefer it over Creed Aventus too. I think it smells better. Always have. Even regular Drapoise. I like that more than Aventus. But the Intense overall is a better fragrance than the non-intense. But if you're in a warmer climate where it's hot most of the time, it's just better to have the original. Warm and spicy, typically. Warm and spicy, as long as that's at the core of the fragrance on a cold evening. It could be on the sweeter side. It can be on the boozy side. It can have smoky nuances. It could be leather. But as long as the core of it's a cozy spice, like an ambery spice, that's usually the way to go for me. Or a lot of cinnamon. Cinnamon's a warm, spicy accord. Stuff like that. That's typically the way I go. Lovely, lovely choice. Beautiful citrus and woods. Terre Mezzo Givray. I see that. I see that. I have not. I get asked in every single live stream at this point. So I'm going to buy it this weekend on the Black Friday sale from Fragrance Buy. That's going to be one of the ones. I'd love for it to be cold. What are y'all talking about with random? I never said a word about random guests. There ain't no random guests. I don't know what y'all talking about. Good to see you, Mo. Let me skip on down. So I'm pretty far behind. So I apologize, guys. I'm gonna skip a little bit because I'm noticing now that I'm slowly scrolling down just how far behind I actually am. Wow, I am like really far behind. My apologies, guys. Wow, Sandy, good to see you, sir. I see you as I'm catching you on the way down. Jeez, wow, I was so freaking far behind because I'm just like kind of slowly seeing if anything catches my eye on the way down, but I'm like really, really far behind. So I apologize. I'm skipping so much, but I'd like to get more current since we're just, just chatting. All right, I've made it to the bottom. Here we go. All right. Good to see you, Sean. Been a while since I caught a live. Been dealing with some health stuff. Still watching regularly, wearing Mint Sarah Silver Blue. You smell incredible. That's one of their best fragrances. I'm sorry to hear you haven't been doing too well with your health. I hope you're doing a little bit better now. I've never heard of them. No, sir. Maluma, the Latin artist. I have not. I'm a meal prepper these days, but I wouldn't mind cheating in a rose pepper on Eastland. The place is special. Milano Privé. Family, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Yeah, I would sure appreciate that. I see we got 153 in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Just a random, hey, let's talk kind of thing. Because like I said, I mainly wanted to focus on spending time with the fragrance since I'm kind of really, not really learning it because it's my lab sample's been out for, hell, when's the last time I sprayed that? 6 months ago since the last time I smelled it. It's been a while since that lab sample's been empty. So it's rediscovering it a bit because it's been a while. And then Claude got me all excited talking to him yesterday about the whole process of the fragrance and then seeing everything in hand. Wait till you guys see the presentation and everything that comes with all. It's a very involved presentation. It's not just some box or a lot of you saw the chest because it's on the Zaharoff Instagram page, but that's just one piece. There's a lot that goes to it for sure. CK Obsession, good to see you. Now, as far as the previous version of the EDP, that is my personal favorite, but there is no best. It's just which do you like more? Best is just a search term because people search the word best. So content creators use the word best because what's the best to me is just my opinion. It's the one I like the most. What's the best to pick a name of somebody that makes YouTube fragrance content? Whatever they say is the best is just what they enjoy. It's their taste. Because none of us seem to really agree. And I don't just mean content creators. I just mean everybody that's in the fragrance. None of us fully agree with one another, especially on certain fragrances, very different opinions, So there is no such thing as best, really. And it's interpreting art. So there's no best. It's all subjective in opinions. It just comes down to your taste. So you might love the Parfum over the EDP, and I prefer the EDP. So neither are the best. But when you hear the word best, because I use it too, it means my favorite. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, because that's just the truth. It's not my opinion. It's the opinions we're sharing is when something's the best. It's just what it is. Because like I said, we're interpreting art. Oh, wow. Yeah, we could do so much better than that. It's 78 now. It's getting better. But yeah, the math ain't mathing, guys. Come on, hook me up. Hit that thumbs up real quick. It does help. It does make a difference. It does matter for engagement. And that is the bottom line. That's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. I saw that it got released. I haven't looked into it, though. Obviously, it's based around sandalwood. The only one I've ever really spent time with is Rare Carbon from Afnan, and it's a really, really good fragrance. But all it did was hold me off because I had decants of Ombre Leather and Ombre Leather Parfum, and I was like, this will hold me off till I'm ready to get bottles. And that's what it did because I have 50 mLs of Ombre Leather and Ombre Leather Parfum now. If you love Ombre Leather, save for Ombre Leather. Clones are almost Ombre Leather. It's almost Lamal Elixir. It's almost Elysium. It's almost Aventus. All of them are almost. All right, we got to double up. There's number 2. Let's see how many more we get. It's not gatekeeping, it's respect for the creator. Hey, what's up with this gatekeeping? It's not available yet, and it's not time for the review. So I'm giving what I can, and I don't like your tone based on saying I'm gatekeeping. Maybe this isn't the channel for you, my man. Juan Delgado, I recognize your name. You've been around for a while, but put a laughing emoji or an LOL so I don't, tell you to go fuck yourself or something, because, yeah, I don't like that you said I'm gatekeeping. It's the situation where I can't reveal, but only so much because we're still a few days out, but I'm just very excited and eager to tell you guys it's not a gatekeeping thing. So, word of advice, and I don't care who wants to clip this, never come to my channel and insult me or offend me in any way. Sure, you might not give a fuck if you get blocked, but that's what'll end up happening. So just throwing that out there. I have no malice with what I'm saying about this fragrance or anything. I hope it's just you're really excited and you just forgot the LOL or the laughing emoji. So I wouldn't take it so seriously because I read as written. So anybody that wants to call me a dick for this, you're welcome to it. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say what's on my mind. Yeah, I wish I was having that kind of weather. That's exactly my point too. Shut up, IBG. I see you. Jackass. See, he put a laughing emoji, so I know he's joking with me. The Bishop. I have been doing well. Happy Thanksgiving week and holidays to you as well, sir. Sure appreciate you. You've been asking me about a lot of stuff I haven't smelled, sir. A lot of stuff I haven't smelled. I have never tried Oud Bouquet from Lancôme. Burberry London and love it. That 'tis the season, sir. 'Tis the season. That is the holiday fragrance that most people enjoy. Anything tobacco. It's got some greenery to it. Anything tobacco, really. Because that's kind of what it's centered around. Not really. That's going to be very redundant to that. It's basically a peppered version of L'Oreal Sport Eau Extreme. It's more L'Oreal Sport than it is L'Oreal Sport Eau Extreme, but there's still a load of redundancy there. Yeah. Yeah. If you have one, you definitely don't need the other if you want to avoid the redundancy. Yeah, there's definitely some. Bottega Veneta Pour Homme and Scent of the Night, 9 p.m. Definitely one of my favorite off nons. Now, that's a clone I stand behind. I like that one a lot. I think it's better than what's cloning. Ultra Male, the Bishop. Prefer code EDT and a portable decant. Between the two, I'll take EDP 2024, but only by a little bit. See, I've heard that one's very similar to the old version of Profumo before they discontinued that. Profumo was my favorite until the first version of the EDP came out, which is my current favorite. Narcotic Delight, Killian Smoking Hot, which I haven't tried, and Herod. Ooh. The One Luminous Night, Smoky Dates. Excellent choice. Kind of partial to Herod because I've been kind of falling in love with that over again since I recently got a bottle long after my decant's been gone. I'm going to lean to Herod there, man. That's a modern classic tobacco. I don't have a favorite Kayali. Dan, ask me about some shit you've maybe heard me talk about before. You're just constantly asking me stuff I don't own and sniff. I feel like you're only asking me about stuff you've never heard me speak on before. I don't know if that's intentional because you just care. Like, I've never heard you talk about this. What are your thoughts? And it's all good. I'm just like one after another. It's like stuff I can't weigh in on, and I want to. It's just you're asking me stuff that I don't have any experience with because I haven't dove into Kayali. I'm not on the list of get all the free bottles with Kayali like everybody else. So I'd have to buy them, and I buy a whole bunch of other shit already. So it's not like a high on the priority list. I'm not on the free bottle train of Kayali like most of the other content creators. Like I wasn't invited to that party the other day and shit. I saw it on Instagram. People were posting about it. 9 p.m. Rebel and Supremacy Collector's Edition, Flamenco Extrait and Mephisto. Whew, now we're talking. All of them are gorgeous fragrances. Both Afnan punches above their weight. Will be buying both. Supremacy Collector's Edition is one of my favorite, possibly my favorite affordable release this year. Silver Blues top 3. I don't know if I put it in my top 3, but it's damn sure up there for me. It's definitely in my top 10. I love it. It's so good. Caramel with earthiness and oud. That's doesn't necessarily sound like it works, but boy, does it. Probably my most complimented one. I could believe it. Perhaps waxy bark made me think that. You mentioned back. Maybe so. Maybe there's a story built around it. And complimented them and asking they're wearing. They don't know. Happened to me twice already. I swear I smelled Aqua Celestia Forte today. You may have. If you're familiar with it and you think you did, you probably did. You probably did. There's not a ton of stuff that smells like it. So, Bond number 9, Island, might be my favorite from the house. You know the perfumer. Indeed, I do. Indeed, I do. My main man, Claude Deer. Versace Eros Flame and Invictus Parfum. I like that double whammy. Excellent, excellent choices. At some point, I will, for sure. I just haven't gotten around to it. We've been having so much going on lately. I just haven't had the time. Well, I'm sure they're stocked for the holidays. Not really. No, I don't. If it's the spices that are kicking for the leathery notes. No, personally, I don't. But I mean, I could understand it. You know, there's definitely elements to it where I could see where it would tie together. But I don't personally like think Fahrenheit when I smell it. But it makes sense. Makes sense that you say it. I could see that. I could see it. It just doesn't distinctively remind me of it. Yes. That's been arranged with my coach already. I can't go wild. I can have a cheat meal, not a cheat day. So, because we're recomping. It's not like I'm hard dieting right now or anything, but like I'm on a very specific meal plan that we make adjustments weekly. I'm doing cardio twice a day, 5 days a week. Not loads of cardio, but it is twice a day. Fast. Like I get up at 5:30 in the morning to do cardio on an empty stomach 5 days a week. Really 6 days a week. But once in a while, it's 5 days a week. I'm only scheduled for 5, but most weeks I do 6. I've heard good things about this brand, Budapest Supers. Haven't tried nothing from them, though. Damn, you heard the man. Hit the like button or else. Definitely. I mean, it's been touted that way for a long time, but my personal favorite's the most wanted, the black bottle. It's real toffee heavy. Parfum's really good though too. I talked about the parfum in yesterday's video. That's a really good one for this time of year as well. I probably like that one more during the day than I do the black bottle. The black bottle I like both day and night because I like to wear stuff like that just when it's cold in general. Sean with $5 super chat. I sure appreciate that. Is there any fragrance note you consider underutilized and always stop to sniff when you see it used? That's a great question. It's a damn good question, actually. It's thought provoking. It requires a little bit of thought. I don't know. That's underutilized. Gaiac wood's been getting used more and more over the last couple of years because 3 or 4 years ago I would have said Gaiac wood. That was one of the reasons I wanted it in business. So I specifically requested Claude to work with Gaiac wood in business over pleasure. It was very underutilized at the time. Now it's like fucking every third fragrance has Gaiac wood in it. That's the smoky note for most fragrances these days because it's a taric smoky wood. Shit. So that's a bad answer. That's what would have been my answer a while back. I'm trying to think. Something I see once in a while that's very distinctive. Rhubarb, I think, is still pretty underutilized. It can be damp and sour. Sometimes it can be fresh and even a little spicy. It's a citric type of note. And depending on the quality of it or what it's blended with, depends on how it's going to come across. But I think rhubarb's still pretty underutilized, and it really stands out in a lot of fragrances. Some people can't stand when it stands out. And I personally think it's amazing. I think about Mercedes-Benz Club, the original. It stands out in there. Of course, John Barbados Vintage. The rhubarb's prominent in Lacoste L'Homme and Lacoste L'Homme Intense. It's very prominent. It gives that sour, damp feel in Elysium Eau Intense. Just to give a few examples of where it stands out for me personally with fragrances I have. So I would say rhubarb. I think rhubarb's underutilized. You see it once in a while, but you don't see it often. And it's always enough to really be pronounced. They usually use a decent percentage. Soothing Zephyr, and it's incredibly good. I love Another 13 DNA so much ever since I got a sample. Plan on getting Alexandria's interpretation next. It's not as heavy. Coffee Addict would definitely be more coffee. You get a lot of caramel, vanilla, and creamy sweet from Amore Cafe. It's beautiful. I literally talked about it yesterday in the video. It's great, but if you want a heavier dose of coffee, something like Day 3 La Tacita de Cafe, or like you were mentioned, Coffee Addict, or even Coffee Break, Maison Margiela's replica line, something like that, more prominent coffee. Okay, see, that's what I'm saying. No need to apologize. It's just like the way it read, it was like you were fussing me. So it's like, well, fuck you. That was my attitude. It's like, well, don't fuss me. I'm not trying to gatekeep. I can only divulge so much. So thank you for elaborating. No need to apologize. I apologize for taking it that way, but I took it as read, which everybody fucking does to me in my comment section. It happens to me every single day. I get criticized for my replies. So I totally understand and totally get it because it happens to me all the time. But I didn't know if you were like fucking picking and stuff like that, or you were like dead serious, like, damn, asshole, why are you gatekeeping? So I just took it as read. So Juan, I appreciate that. Thank you. My apologies as well. Oh, I answered that one already. I answered that one like 3 minutes ago, something like that. See, this was where I called IBG an ass. So you don't need to delete it. Cheap, basic crap. Nothing special. I got it for free in an order from Fragrance Buyer last year. It's like $8 to buy that fragrance, and it's about right. Yeah, it's not special. It's about as special as half of the Nautica fragrances. Now, there's some good ones from Nautica, but there's some that just smells like, basic cheap crap. And that's how I feel about that. And I hope I didn't upset you there, Elijah, because with you asking me to speak on it, you probably really like it. And I definitely did not say what you wanted to hear. But that's how I feel. Rafe knows what's up. Okay, so you were exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, you'd be surprised how an LOL or a laughing emoji, how far that shit goes when you want to pick. I'm all about picking and fucking with each other. I'm cool with that. We crack jokes and bullshit, but I have to know you're fucking with me. I'll take it seriously if it's typed like I should take it seriously, and I'll reciprocate accordingly, as you saw. I'll be like, well, fuck you. You can get blocked, dick. Like that's the attitude if it reads as such. So we're all good. I appreciate you elaborating. Again, my apologies right back to you. And see, he's just adding fuel to the fire like a true dickhead. That's definitely one of my regular viewers right there. Let's see. No, we're good. We're good. Now, had you put that right after I had said that stuff, it would have made more sense. Now, after me and him done talked it out, and he done had several comments since, but I appreciate you nonetheless, Bishop. A lot of people feel that way. It is quintessential Christmas holiday season. It absolutely is. It's the time of year when you start getting around Thanksgiving, that's when you start hearing people mention it. So today, Calf by Ahmed Al-Maghribi. Oh, Kara loves the rants. I know she was eating that shit up. So it's not a full-on take. It's kind of divulging a little bit here and there that I can because I'm testing it. Because it's been like 6 months since my lab sample ran out because I have the bottle in hand. All you get to see is the bottom. The only reason I keep showing y'all the bottom is because George had put out a post with them, sitting upside down in the boxes showing some of the numbers and everything. This is the only part of the bottle that has been shown publicly. So that's why I keep showing just the bottom. Not going to show the whole shebang. And then see that black section right there? That's the box. And then next to the box is the chest. And there's more that on top of that. Like I can't wait. I so can't wait to break this down. It's going to be a long review. My Zaharoff reviews typically are, because I usually am pretty well educated on everything and have there's a lot to go over. Well, this is the most involved, both from the scent profile and performance standpoint and how it was created. And then on top of that, it's a very intricate presentation, totally different from what he normally does. So there's a lot to go over. So anybody that genuinely wants to know a lot, you're going to get a great video. Anybody that's looking for some quick shit, well, take your ADHD medicine. I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to be a quick video. This ain't TikTok. This ain't a TikTok review. So my man T came with $5 super chat. I sure appreciate that. Well, I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate you. Sometimes you get a little bit of a show with me, as you can see, but I'm glad my takes on fragrances can kind of steer you in the direction, maybe some good shit for your wardrobe. I sure appreciate the super chat as well, man. Thank you so much. Really? Okay, well, let's pull up the notes. Shall we? Let's do a split screen and let's pull up the notes. If you feel that strongly about it, let's look into it. Okay. $2014. Ooh, I love the bottle. Highly rated. Sweet Oriental, Gourmand, Woody, Spicy, Oud, Praline, Rose, Gaiac Wood, as we just mentioned a minute ago. Copaiba wood. I've never heard of this wood. And that doesn't explain anything. And it's only in this fragrance. So that must be the main accord. Whoops. Close it off. Oh, well. That does look interesting. Is the Gaiac wood heavy on it? Because I'm a big fan of it, obviously, based on all the stuff I just mentioned about it a moment ago. I'm a big fan of Gaiac wood. Praline for the sweetness with rose. It does sound good. I got to say, that breakdown does look good. I might have to look into that. Is that something that they have available currently in stock? Let's see. Not in stock, but it was $141, which is not crazy. So $141 when they have it in stock. I have to keep that in mind. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's heavily macerated. Eau de London. There you go. Yeah. My man, Montrese. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Try to Ignite Oud by Ahmed. Thoughts? Because I've heard good things. I've heard I would like that one. We've talked about that one not long ago on the live stream. Most of the heavier Manceras are going to work here. Basically anything. Amarud that's heavy. Those are all monsters. Like if you want like niche black orchid, dark orchid, it's one of the like two sprays of knife through ice, hot butter knife through butter kind of shit. It's the strongest fragrance in my collection. But red tobacco, black prestigium, silver blue, that'll knife through the cold. That's heavy, warm, and sweet, earthy, spicy. A lot of any of the heavier Manceras, really, Montals, everything, literally, even their fresh stuff is like bordering beast mode. They're super fresh, watery stuff, like Soleil de Capri, super watery, kumquat and watery notes and everything, clean musk. It's like a 10-hour fragrance. So anything heavier, Montal Mancera for certain. And then depending on the price range you're looking to spend, because that's obviously an affordable range for some higher level, upper echelon above designer, but not quite super luxury niche, kind of that middle ground. That's why a lot of people love Mancera and Montal so much. Get a lot for your money. You really do. I can't get off of them because they're like perfect for the answer for this question. So basically anything heavy from them. Good to see you, my man. Oh, anything Amouage too. Oh man, especially Enclave. Oh my, that's my favorite mint fragrance. The spearmint oil in that. My God, it's like spiced spearmint, smoky, resinous. God, that is so good. You can wear it any time. Super humid weather, though, you might want to 1 or 2 spray it because it's crazy strong. It's wild. That's such a good frame. Man, what a great choice. It's been a while since I've worn it because it literally like overpowers my wife even at 2 sprays. That's why I hardly ever touch it. And I love it. Amouage is like rough for my wife. The Amouage is scream off of me. No, you're good. You're good. That's what I'm saying. It was like, damn, you keep asking about stuff that I've never smelled. You know, it's like, shit. Like, I know about Eugene's fragrances. I haven't tried any of them, you know, like even those, it's like, sure, I'm very familiar with them and, you know, his process in the beginning, but I haven't tried those either. I can't even really speak on those. So it's like, shit, you have to hit me with one where I could be, oh, well, this, you know, I've smelled thousands and thousands of fragrances, but that's not even a fraction of what's out there. There's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of fragrances. A double edge, Gillette adjustable. You get the price when it launches, and you're going to be very happy, guys. It's exactly the number I thought it would be. I mean, the exact number I thought it would be. Because I was on the phone with George after the stream last night, and we talked about everything he wants to do. And yeah, so there's not going to be 10%, no 10% discount through the link. There's no pre-sale. It's just being launched. He's literally selling it as cheap as he can. He's selling it exactly what I thought he would sell it for, which is much less than Claude thought he should sell it for. Much less. A couple $100 less. Like you'll see, guys. When you see what you're getting, you'll understand why. Because he knew he had to charge more because the oils are so expensive. So he spent a lot more on presentation. His profit margin is not high. It is not high on this fragrance. I promise you it is not high. It's never crazy in the first place, but it is really, he ain't making a bunch of money on this. That's why it's a limited special, limited production special edition thing. It's because he put a lot into this. This is more for the art of it and the storytelling. Yeah. You'll see, guys. You'll see. It's impressive what he did here, especially for what he's going to charge. It's very impressive. You'll see. Not close at all. That's not close, though. Yeah, it's not the same. Oh, shut up, IBG. You're good. Supremacy Collector's Edition is a great choice. See, I don't get that much of because Black Walnut Legend is very similar to Aventus. I don't get that much Aventus from it. I get a little bit. I can kind of see where you're coming from, but I wouldn't call it a dead ringer, personally. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying I mildly disagree. I don't completely disagree. He's unbannable. Nobody's unbannable. It's amazing. It's very unique, too. That's a powdered oud, sweet tonka bean powdered oud fragrance that you can wear in the summer. I wore that in Houston's high heat many times. Ani and Altair. Oof, Ani. Never tried it. Oh, to take on the Roller Portofino. Okay. Tonka Cola. Top 5 Mancera for me. Good to see you, Adolfo. Non-citrus. Summer niche. Seraphine Blue. It has no citrus. A little bit of apple. Just gives it a crisp. Yeah. Seraphine Blue. George's second to last, well, third to last release now because Precious Treasure is about to come out. That ain't no joke. Yeah. That wintergreen, fresh, powdery, summer, breezy and minty aquatic. A little bit of coconut creaminess, clean musk. It's amazing. I love it. It's such a me fragrance. Certain ones. There's one in particular. No, that's Loewe. I thought I had one right there. I'm trying to remember the name of the one that I've smelled. It's not ringing a bell. It's not coming to me quickly. Okay, it's the clones. Yeah, now I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, there's a lot of Louis Vuitton clones that are pretty close. I wouldn't sit there and say like they're the main ones or anything. Which state was your favorite when it came to the fragrances? Colorado, because I had a lot of cold to work with. It wasn't the best weather in the summer for tropical fragrances. Like, it's way better here for the tropical stuff. I literally live at the beach. But for the heavier stuff, it was great because it snowed often. It was cold. It was hoodie weather 6 months out of the year. So if you like heavier stuff, like spices, incense, heavy florals, tobaccos, which I love that stuff. Love that stuff. Colorado Springs was great for that. It's my least favorite place I've lived, but for the fragrance profiles, it was my favorite. Ooh, Hinoki Wood's a good one. Colorado because of the cold. Yeah, for sure. And Florida because of the freshies. But I mean, Florida, Texas, and Louisiana, because I've been on the Gulf Coast for all three of them. It was the freshies for sure. Gentleman Reserve, has been the duo lately. So the 1 EDP and Gentleman Reserve Privé, that might be able to throw in Vertus Vanilla Oud as a replacement. Haven't tried. It's better than both of those, and those are both really good, I think. Anyways, are you Taguettes and Marigold? Are you talking about Lamar? Mr. Vircher has arrived. Biggest hater has arrived. Day 3 fragrances, Philosophia. Excuse me. Felt a tickle on my nose. Hit me out of nowhere. Keep a napkin handy because you never know. It was more of a dry sneeze. Don't worry. Hence why you don't see me wipe my face. So nothing nasty. Rochas Moustache. So the EDT is a Lemonheads candied barbershop fragrance. The EDP smells like tuxedo. A lot of benzoin, amber, patchouli, vanilla, pepper. It smells like tuxedo from YSL. So if it's the EDT, it's a candied lemon with a spicy aftershave. That's what I mean by barbershop. Oh, damn. Sorry to hear that, man. I hope you feel better soon. I still call it the Justin Copeland special. I'm assuming you mean video specifically. I did one last year. Yeah, TLTG lavender. Just type that in. It should come up. I did one last year. That was a double type. Majnoon by Osman. Never heard of this one. Insomnia, I've heard, is phenomenal, though. Best performing version of Black Phantom is like $100. Good to see you, sir. Friend of Randy. All right. Issey Miyake Noir Ombre, which I got a decant from Randy the first time I tried that one, actually. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Perfua Dictos. Good to see you, my man. Appreciate the super chat. Wearing Blanca Pura. Hell yeah, I can't wait to check it out. It should be in this weekend. I think Saturday was when the tracking had showed. So I'm very eager to check that out. We'll be checking it out the following week. So first week of December, we'll be checking out his new fragrance. Kind of, I guess, if you want to be technical. But why is that what's on your mind, Jason? Are you trying to tell us something? It's okay. It's 2024. It's the norm. It's okay. Don't worry. My best friend's gay. It's okay if you're gay. Just let us know. You might want to let your wife know, though. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I see all the laughing emojis. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. I still deem it to be the yeah, there you go. The best affordable vanilla, for sure. There you go. Just the bottom. It's only what George has shown. It was all that I showed too. Yeah, he is the fragrance villain for sure. This one's worth it. You're gonna want this one, Bishop. Yeah, for sure. That's a great fragrance for sure. Look, I'd love to sit here and go over it completely right now. Trust me, it's killing me because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. I really do. But I can't yet. A couple more days. Just a few more. We're almost there. Good to see you, sir. The one Royal Knight. The one I don't have of that line. I got Mysterious Knight. I got Luminous Knight. I don't have Royal Knight. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Indeed. Mr. Sean, good to see you, sir. Wow. I haven't worn that in a long time. That red wine accord with that honey tobacco. That's one of the strongest fragrances in my collection. I have an old bottle. Old bottle of that. That's amazing. Great choice. I appreciate that. Genuinely, you're probably the only legit fragrance reviewer I've come across. I sure appreciate that. Do you have any decent clone recs from Mind Games French Defense? So the only one I've heard that's worth checking out is from Yeoman Law. I would suggest checking out my buddy Dedrick Hicks Jr. Check out his channel. He did a full review on it. Seems to be a pretty good clone, but of course, as per usual with most clones, when it comes to cloning a luxury niche, it's not quite going to capture the magic. But that's what I hear is a really good option. I haven't tried it because I don't have any interest in trying it because it's like I don't even want to like defame French Defense. There's certain clones like Isola Blue. There's clones of it now, and people have asked me to review it, and it's like, nope, I don't even want to smell a clone of it. I got to have interest to review them personally, and in certain fragrances, like I'm not even interested in smelling the ripped off version of it. Because the main reason I review clones is people such as yourself, sir. They just want to know my opinion. And there's some good ones out there. And I hear this one's pretty good. I just don't want to try it personally because I just love the original so much that I just don't even want to experience almost the version of it. Does that make sense? But if you're looking for an almost version, because that's what I call clones now, they're almost this. Check out Dedrick Hicks Jr. It's Yom and Law, YOM and LAYL, I think is how you pronounce them. How you spell it to me? Oh, wow. Straight trash. Well, I know it might have been Randy that said that because Randy can't stand it. He doesn't like it. That's phenomenal for the cold for sure. Well, that sounds great, Joey. That's wonderful. Your sweat of your balls. All right, fantastic. Overture Man, that's impressive. I wish my wife didn't hate that one because I love that fragrance. She is not a fan. Haltane, better than Oud for Greatness. I think a lot of people would agree with you. I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think a lot of people would agree with you. That's indeed true, sir. Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially something like Ombre Chromatique, that hefty Divana sweetness with this particular benzoin, this sticky glue-like amber benzoin they used. Oh, my. Yeah, that'll night through the cold really well. If you like amber fragrances, Ombre Chromatique. I'm glad you brought it up, Beardson. Yeah, that's a great recommendation. He posted it? That's funny. So, as per the group's rules, that is not for the internet. That is for the group. So you agreed to those rules when you joined that group. Remember that. So let's respect it because he drops these teases for people that are members of his group. It's not for everyone. So I'm not going to share. And I would prefer that you not share as well and respect the rules of where you got it from. Where's it at? Where the hell is it? That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. Where the hell is it? One moment. If only things could just be easy. Oh, that's what I need to do. I would like to read something to you, Joe, just to make sure. No screenshot sharing, please. The first thing. So I'm so grateful to have you part of this group. You will be privy to private projects and other things that has to remain private. No screenshots can be shared. This is something very important. The fun part of this is to keep things only within the Z Lounge. That's rule number 1. Okay, just wanted to share. So anybody that wants to be privy to this stuff, join the Z Lounge on Facebook. I'm a moderator on there as well, of course. Mauricio is one of the admins. He's had a lot more time to divulge, so he's the main moderator. He has admin access, and there's several other moderators as well. But yeah, so Joe, please do not share anything beyond, because yeah, that's definitely that's part of the rules to that. So anybody that is in the group, if you want to go see the note breakdown, there you go. Because if he had made it public, of course, I would share it here today because he made it public. It's out of respect for George that I'm not doing it yet. So they've been having it. Well, I mean, you'd have to blind buy it. It's not going to be easy to get a sample, but they've been having it in stock for a little bit now from Fragrance Buy. I've been surprised they've been keeping a good stock of it. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, masterpiece is a good word to throw at that one. When it comes to mint, it's elite tier, I think, anyways. Ooh, there we go. And red tobacco intense. I prefer it big time over red tobacco. And it's actually not as overwhelmingly ridiculous as red tobacco in performance, but it's still a beast. It's still a beast. I'd go with Dylan Blue personally. It's more versatile, I think. Yeah, sure. No one in history has smelled every perfume. No human has done that, and it never will. That will not happen. Probably starting Monday. It's not a pre-order. No pre-sale. It's a launch. Yeah, they're ready to go. Yeah, they're ready to go. Less than that. A lot of people were guessing between 300 and 500, and that's kind of been one of the main prices people were guessing. It is less than that. Yep. It was exact. I was shocked. It was exact. Not shocked, but like a pat on my back that I nailed. I was like, yep, that's the number I thought you would say. Kind of. Comes with mother of pearl on the chest in multiple spots, if you want to consider that the unicorn. You know, it's got mother of pearl. It's made of maple wood. It's wood burned, hand etched. Mother of pearl has been placed in it in several spots. Velvet, actual velvet on the interior of the chest. Like, this is just the chest that the bottle's in. Unbelievable. Can we get an amen? You're close. You're close. That's exactly what he does. He does not want to charge. He doesn't want anybody to feel like he's gouging them and charging a crazy amount of money. That's how George rolls. George is about bringing affordable luxury. That is literally the mantra of Zaharoff, is affordable men's luxury. Yes. Yes. That's the one thing I won't fully discuss, that I really can't. You just got to wait for the review. It's just a few days. It's literally just a few days. Before the weekend. It's before the weekend. It's Tuesday right now. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. I'm just living in the shit right now. So, of course, I'm eager and want to talk as much as I can about it. Amen. So, I'm not rating it. I'm not. It was very sporadic for Seraphim Blue just because it's so for me. But this is his best fragrance. Seraphim Blue is more my typical personality for my lifestyle and where I live, because I live by the beach. It's a very beachy, tropical blue coastline type of fragrance. This is every day, every single day signature scent modern man. It smells nothing like the signature Parham DNA, by the way. It is not part of that DNA. This is a completely different fragrance. If this was in anybody else's hands, it would be definitely in the Mind Games price point or better. It'd be over $400, $500 range. It would be. Absolutely. Claude thought he should charge in that range. He's like, oh, he's going to have to charge in that range. Like, Claude, you know he ain't going to do that. You talking about of ATH Ohm? 10 ml goes a long way, and it's a 9.75. I gave it a 9.75. It's one of the like 2 or 3 times I did that. It is one of the best iris fragrances I have ever smelled. That's super versatile too. It basically comes down to $7.50 per ml. That's how you got to look at that. Do you think anything's worth $7.50 per ml? If the answer is yes, and you think 10 ml is going to go a long way for you because you got a lot of fragrances, then yeah. If you have a rather large collection, you probably don't need more. That's what I got. Bishop sent me a 10 ml, and it'll probably last me forever. It's amazing. I've never tried either. You just keep hitting me with stuff I haven't tried. Nah, I ain't about to. Not yet, anyways. Gris Charnel X-Ray, beautiful fragrance. He can. He has the ability to do so. Good to see you, Quest. Raja Amber Oud 2 ml decant, full bottle. Oh, yes. That is my favorite Oud Rose fragrance. It's the most expensive Oud Rose fragrance I own, but go figure. I think it's the best stuff smelled. Yeah, it's amazing. Uh-oh. Your nemesis has arrived, Jason. Dylan Blue Reserve Privé. I mean, I'd be down for it. Only last 15 minutes, yeah. Good to see you, sir. Well, yeah. Mike doesn't know how to make a subpar, average, or just very good fragrance. Everything he puts out is great or better. Yeah, for sure. So we've got about another 18 minutes. We'll hang. I see we got 164 strong in the chat. I appreciate you all being here. I'm sure we're over 100 likes by now. I'm just, for shits and giggles, I'm going to click refresh. 119. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Have the superior mod wrench. You mean admin privileges? No. No, they do not. There you go. Good to see you. I was curious if you plan to try a recommendation of Bogart Pour Homme as an alternative. Maybe at some point. It's not on the short list of things I want to get sooner than later. Because Wild Cherry, just what a turnoff that fragrance was. It was such a disappointment. I've never tried the shower gel. God, the fragrance is so good. When you see my review, it's live on the website. When my review drops at 9 a.m. Central, that's when it goes live, 9 a.m. Central. Yep. So I'm saying, guys, just a couple of days, just a few days. We're almost there. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. 1 million classic. Classic. Ooh. That's tough. That's a tough one. Those are all really good. Part of me wants to say ombre leather here. Believe it or not, Dior Intense is my least favorite of the bunch. They're all great, but I'm kind of leaning Provolone Intense here. Yeah, I got to go that route. Personally, I would go Provolone Intense. YouTube does block certain words and shit, and they'll hold stuff for review. Yeah. Stop your lying, Dan. Lies. They're not the same fragrance. There's a second on that notion. I don't know. You'd have to ask them. I have no idea. A lot of them are, though. A lot of them are. Jive turkeys. Now you're showing your age there, Jason. Well, it depends on the word. I have certain words blocked on this channel. Your shit will automatically go to approval. There's a litany of words. Political stuff. Clown emoji. You put a clown emoji to talk shit, that shit's automatic approval. Like I saw that enough to where I was like, you know what? Fuck everybody. I'm blocking that damn emoji. I blocked that emoji. So yeah, there's a litany of things that words and phrases that are blocked. Because I don't want the bullshit. I don't want the bullshit on my channel. That's not what this is for. That is phenomenal. The hype is very much warranted on that fragrance. That might be the best clone to come out in a long time when it comes to accuracy. It's really, really good. See, that's the one. I couldn't remember the name. There was somebody asking about the French Defense cologne earlier from Yeoman Law, and I mentioned the Yeoman Law fragrance. I just didn't know the name of it. Yeah, for sure. There's still synthetics. It's just it smells a little higher quality is what it comes down to. Because most fragrances are still, unless they're advertising because they're proud, the percentage of naturals, most of them still have just higher quality synthetics. Even your Raja Dove fragrances, your Fragrance du Bois, all that stuff. Those expensive ass fragrances, they're full of synthetics too. There's some naturals in there and essential oils and stuff too. But like this, I was about to grab the bottle and fuck up. That's a bunch of naturals and some molecules, some high grade synthetics that are exclusive to Mon, that are created by Mon. So, yeah, and that's what helps it behave the way it does. Is those molecules, those aroma molecules help it perform the way it does. There you go. There you go. I appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. It's really good for that, man. The resins in there warm it up just right. Do you get a lot of the vetiver? Because it's hit and miss with some people get loads of vetiver, some people barely get it. I don't get a load of vetiver, but I've heard it's a lot of people like, oh, the dry down's all vetiver for me. So I'd love to know. Do you get a lot of the vetiver in the deep dry down? I appreciate that, Tori. And some people hate me for it, but you know, I'll roll. I appreciate you, sir. It is kind of like that. Then it became cookie cutter. Yeah, it's kind of like Sauvage Elixir mixed with Oud for Greatness / Haltane. I prefer it to both, honestly. But it's still not the best Mancera I've smelled this year, you know. It's pretty good, but it's that, you know, I'd take Amberful over. I'd Cinque Terre, the other new one. Probably Fig Me Up's going to be better. Cherry looks like it might be too feminine for me based on the notes. No worries, Spencer. Glad to have you here, sir. No. It's under. It's like Rafe almost nailed the price. It's under 300. I was very not shocked. I was proud because it's like I knew you were going to do that. I literally called it for the price that he told me he's going to charge. But with that, there's no 10% off through my link. There's no codes. There's no pre-sale price. It's just being launched. It's that price, and they're going to go quick because it's actually less than 500 because the bottles he sent to his retail partners overseas in Australia, in the UK, in South America, there's only like 400 bottles for you guys to get of the 500. So y'all got even less to get after. So there's only technically 400 for y'all to buy here in North America. Yeah, so there's even less. It's right under 300. Right under. Rafe almost hit the nail on the head. He's a few dollars off. I'm not going to say the exact price, but y'all can figure it out. He was close. He was really close. When you see what you get, and you get the performance aspect and the high compliment factor that you will all receive, I can't guarantee you're all going to get compliments, but the probability with this fragrance, it is that kind of fragrance. It's one of those compliment magnet types. Like I said, it's very modern man. This is that kind of fragrance. It's a compliment getter. It's one of those. Every day, proud to wear it. You're going to love it even more when you start getting compliments. And just, yeah, it's that. It wears light, but it fills every room. It lingers everywhere. It never overwhelms you. You don't realize it's overwhelming you because it'll wear your nose out. You don't realize it. So it's never cloying. It really is a special fragrance. I'm not just because it kind of irritates me when people are like, oh, it's because he's your friend and chill and all this other shit. And I'm always telling y'all what I really think. I'm never trying to sell you. It's just my passion and my experience. I'm explaining to you what I get from it when I talk about these fragrances, whether it's one of George's fragrances or a fucking Versace fragrance. I'm always telling you what I think. And when I'm really into something, you're going to be able to tell I'm really into something. Because I love the storytelling and the originality. because this is built around a specific note indigenous to South Africa. And the way it behaves on skin is unique. I can't stress enough. It wears light, fresh, and airy. I mean, really light. But it's a monster. A monster. You might, because look, it legitimately might sell out the day it launches. It's only going to be 400 bottles that's for sale. That's way less than he normally has for fragrance. Way less, guys. That's way less than he normally has of one size bottle when he releases 2 ounce and 4 ounce of a fragrance. That's way less. So it's just what it is. It's a little limited run special thing he wanted to do that he put a heart and soul into, really. He put a lot into this. Less spice. No, yeah, I know you've tried both. Let them know, Kyla. Let them know. Azaro Pour Homme classic men's barbershop. All-time great, dare I say. I said it. All-time great. You have a great night, Roy. Thanks for hanging with us as long as you could. For those who didn't know, Roy is 7 hours ahead of me. For Roy, it is 1:21 a.m. right now. Is that correct, Roy? It's 1:21 in the morning. So, yeah, he needs to get some rest. Gladiator movie. Put Evening Mystique on at 7 a.m. Still popping nicely. Might get one refresh spray. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Keith. Glad you're enjoying it. 1 million Golden Oud. That's quite a good fragrance. I talked about it in this morning's shorts video. It is surprisingly good. It's Middle Eastern 1 million. It's all about the spices and leather, woods, and all that stuff with the 1 million sweetness. It's really, really good. Let them know, Paul. Let them know. Yeah, but it's the ones we like. The clowns that are in the chat are the ones that we like, right? It's pretty much spot on Altair. And it's not like a big gap in quality. Did a good job. 160 for 1 million? Don't buy that. It's a good point, but when it's mixed with other things, it's much appreciated when it's more photorealistic. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, because there's levels to synthetics. There's cheap ass synthetics, and then there's high end synthetics that'll fool you into thinking they're natural. So it all depends. Okay, see, I get a lot less of the vetiver. I get a lot of the resin, a lot of incense, amber, of course, a bunch of iris, and I get a lot of the green, the cypress, the carrot seeds, stuff like that. That's the main stuff I get from it. Oh, that's what December is going to be riddled with them. I can't wait. It's going to be like the most fun content month of the year. I always love doing the year in review stuff. I love doing those every year. It has been a great year for fragrances, I think. I will not confirm nor deny. You're incorrect. You're too low. I will not confirm nor deny. Have I clicked this enough? Have I clicked them enough? It's a soul snatcher. That's the term. I know where you're going with that. It's the Soul Snatcher 3000. That TikTok from a few years ago. He's got there's a paying for option. I forgot exactly which one it is. Let's see. Still got that leather tobacco in the cart. There's shop pay. You can do the paying for with shop pay. And then afterpay and affirm. Those are paying fours. Those are paying fours. Afterpay is right there. There it is. It's there. I really think it's going to go very quick. I really do. I'd be shocked if it makes through the weekend. A lot of people are eagerly anticipating this fragrance. And when they get it, they'll be very happy with it. Even though I'm going to be very specific and very detailed, there's still going to be people like, why can't I smell it after 20 minutes? Well, I warned you that you might get a lot of nose fatigue because the high level of molecules in here. It's not just loaded, just not only essential oils. So I'm going to be as thorough as I can. I'm always extremely thorough in the Zaharoff reviews because I'm under a fucking microscope for those reviews. So I'm very thorough. And but everybody's going to have the experience they have. But it's going to be a hit. It's absolutely going to be a hit. It's going to be a bigger hit than Seraphim Blue and Seraphim Red, I think. I really believe that. I mean, don't feel like y'all have to buy, 2 bottles, 3 bottles of a fragrance, guys. Y'all know 1 bottle goes a long ass way. It's 120 ml. Don't feel like you have to just, skip the car note so you can get multiple bottles because of the FOMO you're experiencing. Don't do that. Don't get wild, guys. I understand wanting it, and it's limited. And I get that, but wise decisions here. Make sure it's okay for you to pull that trigger before you pull that trigger. Line up the target before you start firing. Make sure you're on the bullseye, and it's not going to be a miss, and it was a bad idea. I don't think it'll be that fast. I mean, there's always potential. There's always potential for it to be a few minutes, but I mean, I'm pretty confident. I think realistically the weekend, but I can't tell you exact figures and stuff like that. But based on normal launches, he normally sells more bottles than that in a day when he launches a fragrance. He normally sells more than that. And most of the time, there's a lot of them are through my affiliate link, so I see a lot of the sales. And pretty much every launch, he sells more than that one day. So, again, I'm not going to expect it and say, yes, it's definitely just, you better get it in 20 minutes. I don't want you guys to feel pressured. This is the main reason I won't say these things. I don't want you guys to feel pressured because at the end of the day, it's a fragrance. It's not that fucking serious. That's why I stress I don't want you guys making life decisions over a fragrance. Because I get it. We're hobbyists and all that stuff. And I'm not going to tell you, a grown adult, how to spend your money. I want y'all to make sure when it comes to blind buying expensive fragrances, because it's not like it's a $50 fragrance. Scared of resale? Why would he be scared of resale? That means he sold them all. No, he can't do nothing about the resale market. It is what it is. But they got to buy them from him before they can hit the resale market. You see what I'm saying? Maybe. It very well could be. Seriously, it very well could be. Again, who knows? That's up to you guys. What's going to happen there? He ain't going to do that. He's selling a product. First come, first serve, There you go. And he called you Vason and everything. So, so he is 7 hours ahead of me. Yeah, it's not going to work like that, guys. It's just one of those things where you got to be ready. Yeah, that's a blank page, though. But that's the page it's going to be on. It's the Basilius Collection. Zaharoff Privé Precious Treasures. Basilius Collections. It's the first in a collection. There's more fragrances to come that are not flankers of this. They're all original individual creations that have nothing to do with the signature pour homme line that's been coming out for years. And then the next fragrance after this one, which is going to be a little while, but the next fragrance after this one has nothing to do with this fragrance. It's not derived from this. It's completely different DNA, completely different formula. There you go. So you're Eastern time zone. So it'll be 10 a.m. Eastern when it goes live for you. It's 9 a.m. Central. I haven't smelled it yet. The clone's great though. Moscow Mule. I love the clone. I would love to try the original because I love the clone so much. Dylan Blue just came back from a daddy-daughter date tonight. I hope y'all had a great time. Selling property in Australia. Who's selling property in Australia? Which one do you think would be better for a date? Tom Ford Noir or Noir Extreme? Oh, Noir Extreme. Noir is not. That's a very like gothic-like fragrance. You know, I have Noir EDP, the black bottle. It's very muggy, dark iris, earthy. Yeah, that ain't a date night fragrance, man. You woman ain't gonna like that on you. I'd be shocked. It's a very gothic-like fragrance. Yeah, that ain't it. Need a pay in 26. Well, that's up to you and your credit card company, sir. That's what that sounds like. The alpaca. Yeah, we see we're talking about the same TikTok. Yeah, for sure. We'll split the bottle. Hey, I mean, you could. Y'all could. Fragrance Decant Boutique, but $9.99 super chat. I sure appreciate the kindness. Thank you very much. We just hit an hour and a half, so we'll be shutting this down here in just a bit. Well, I try to be, because when it comes to time for launch, I'm usually the most experienced to do the review because I'm involved from the start. I mean, George don't even have his reformulation of leather tobacco. Here's the one. I have the one. He sent it to me. He smelled it and he sent it to me. That's why yesterday I had to send him the info and take a picture of it so he can order the oil, because this is it. This is the one. It's going to be this. This is the new version of leather tobacco. He trusts me, is the moral of this story. He values my opinion and he trusts me. And I don't take that lightly. I take that very, very seriously, that he affords me this opportunity to do this. It validates me. It makes me feel special for sure, you know, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the ability to do this. You know, I do feel like I've earned it over the years, but on top of that, I don't take it for granted like it's owed to me. Nothing's owed to me. I just appreciate the privilege, because it is a privilege. It's an honor and a privilege. Yeah, there you go. You have friends? I didn't know you had friends. Here, I thought everybody was just an acquaintance that tolerated you. That I do know, Bishop. That I do know. Colonia Pura. That's my favorite. Still my favorite Acqua di Parma. I've got about a dozen bottles from them, and that's still my favorite. I still get like 5 or 6 hours. It ain't bad on me. Y'all very well could go in halvesies on a bottle and split it. Y'all get 60 ml each. That's a lot. Just one of you ends up with the bottle. I don't know how much y'all actually care. It's a very involved presentation. Somebody's going to end up with a cool-ass presentation of the two. But, I mean, if you almost split it, you could. Maybe whoever keeps the presentation pays a little more than the other one. Same. Gucci Guilty, good to see you, sir. So it's Shopify. Shopify is used to traffic because it is a Shopify site. So shouldn't have issue. We'll see, though. I mean, I'm usually the front line of people hitting me up in the comments and everything, and because I'll be the go-between, because I can get to George a lot quicker than y'all can through a message or an email, usually. So I'm usually the front line for that stuff, where I'm kind of the go-between. I'm the middleman. Hey, so-and-so's having this issue. Hey, this didn't, you know. By all means, try. Hopefully everything goes smooth, but I mean, hit me up and let me know, and I'll relay the info to George, see if y'all are having any trouble with an order. I'm not trying to put any pressure on anybody. It's just, it is what it is. It's reality. Every fragrance is a life decision. Yeah, for sure. Right? Yeah, we got 135 currently. And there's more than that's in this chat that's going to want this fragrance. So. And that's the thing. Only 400 of them will be floating around North America. I talked about that one this week, Tobacco and Tonka Bean. Yeah, it's really good. I think it's the best one. I think it's the best fragrance. It's the most hyped one, and I think it deserves it. How about this? Just in case, make sure you got notifications turned on to this channel. You never know. You never know. Maybe it's not 9 a.m. Friday. Maybe that's just the guaranteed date that for sure it would be for sale by. Maybe. Allegedly, right? That's the word. Yes, this is the first in a line of fragrances. The next one's already made. He hasn't made the presentation's not complete yet. Like he told me what he's doing with the presentation literally yesterday. The fragrance is already made. He's had the fragrance for a while. Just like this fragrance, he's had this oil. This fragrance has been like, yes, I'm bringing that to market. That's perfect for 3.5 years. That's how long it's been since Claude made this fragrance. It's a process. It's where I met her. It's just not where she's from. But yeah. So Pacific time zone, it would be 7 a.m. for you. Mountain would be 8. Pacific would be 7 because you're 2 hours behind me. Yeah. Oh, not 7 a.m. currently. I don't think he meant. That's what he said. What time he's getting dressed for work was what he said. That's what I was thinking. I thought I was it. You know, I got you. You know, remember that. I'm it. I'm the one. Maillard Intense Cherry on Fragrance By. What is that similar to? Because that sounds like a clone. It is. It's Lattafa. Strawberry Cherry Jam. Doesn't say what it's similar to, but that's interesting. Bergamot, strawberry, cherry jam, cocoa, amber, patchouli, vanilla. Clearly a very sweet, fruity fragrance. I wonder how good it is. Huh. You have my intrigue, sir. It's only $36. Anybody that wants to take a stab at it, it's $36. Oh, I'm gonna be spending some money. I'm spending several $100 with Fragrance By. I'll show y'all what I'm got in my cart so far. And this is not counting. I need to buy the members' fragrances, but I'm debating on getting some PDM stuff. Collage Island, Defy Parfum, Fragrance Fraternity kind of sold me on his live stream the other day. I'm finally checking off Darley off the list. Finally getting my 75 ml Pegasus exclusive. My decant's been emptied long ago, and I still got a few sprays of Godolphin in my decant, but it's like I've been procrastinating getting these bottles specifically for a long ass time. So just right there, I got over $500 and shit before any of the the discounts they're running. I haven't checked any door crashers. I still got to buy the fragrances for the member giveaway the following week. So I'm probably gonna be spending $700 or $800 at Fragrance By this weekend. Yep. So I'll be dropping some cheese this weekend too. I would go with Iconic personally. Urban Man Elixir is kind of like Aventus meets Sauvage, whereas Iconic's very good interpretation of Bleu de Chanel. I could believe it. I could believe it, man. It is not tomorrow morning. That I can guarantee. There's no video tomorrow. Ooh, great choice. Gonna be cold out. See, it's not cold yet for me. Not till this weekend. This weekend, I got another cool front rolling through. So, like, I can get away with freshies right now. It's going to rain the next couple of days. Yay. All the way into Friday. That brings the cool front where the high is 61. And then I got a high of 60, high of 63, high of 58. Lows 41, 42, 40, 38. So I start getting some cooler weather all the way through Monday. Monday's high of 58, low of 38. So that's how it is in the South. To get a cold front, you got to get rain first. That's just how it works. It's going to rain, then it gets cold, coldish. That's not the coldest weather we'll get, but that's the coldest we're getting currently. January, February, we tend to get colder weather. So asking price is one bottle of the Prefet. There you go. Similar to a churro. Not off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's something. I'm sure there's something out there. Well, I guess y'all won't be friends, huh? No, sir. Yes, he's very, very not looking forward to those of you that have coupons because he's going to take a loss for you fuckers to get a bottle. He's not looking forward to that. But there are no discounts, no 10%, no special, nothing, no pre-sale. But all of you that have these rewards vouchers saved up, yeah, that's going to hurt. Because you fuckers pile up all of it. Y'all don't spend, oh, let me use some on this launch. Let me, y'all motherfuckers pile it up for 2 years. So he's going to take a loss on people that have that. It is what it is. Use your rewards. That's what they're there for. But yeah, no 10% off. No 10% off. Basically, using my link is just to hook me up if y'all want to, make me cry if you don't, tear will roll down. It's up to you guys. Yeah, there's no discount for this. I told him, I said, you could do the discount. And he's like, Ross. I was like, well, you just charge more. He's like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. I said, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can give a discount. You just charge more. And it comes down to the price, That's what brands do. They're like, well, I'd really want this. So we'll charge this, and the discount brings it to this. Because it's like, it's going to be this price anyway, is what it is. This is what he can sell it for and make a small profit and not lose any money. Because his margins are tight on this one. He spent a lot on this fragrance. The oil is the most expensive he's ever bought. And then you'll see it's definitely the most expensive presentation far and wide that he's ever done. It's not even close. It is not even close. Oh, I'm gonna have a crazy fragrance haul coming. Yeah, for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, Nunya. That is no one's business for that type of number. The only time you'll know a number is if he physically numbers bottles. Yeah, it's brands. It's not wise for them to do that. To say, oh, we're making this many bottles of this and this. That typically isn't a thing. That's not like public knowledge from brands most of the time. Way more than what's being released for this. I'll say that. Way more than what's being released here. Yeah, Fragrance Buy is going to have a Black Friday sale. I'll have that video coming out on Friday morning. Yeah, he gets to keep his wrench for now. So on that note, we're going to go ahead. That's a long-ass story. I've told so many times. Kara, maybe another time. Because we're going to go ahead and shut it down. It's an hour 42. Definitely went over. And that's an easy 20 minutes just to give you the summary. The first time I ever talked to George, I had 40 subscribers. Because I was just reaching out to him to let him know. Because he came up as a friend suggestion on Facebook. And I just messaged him to let him know how much I love the fragrance. That was it. And that was the beginning. And it just kind of spawned from there. And he's my best friend. Been my best friend for years and years and years. When I go to Chicago, I stay at his house in his guest room. He's been with my family. He's hung with my wife. He's come to my bodybuilding competition. That's my boy. I'll speak. If he dies before me, I will speak at his funeral. I will give his eulogy. We're that kind of best friends. I will definitely be the one that gives his eulogy. So, and vice versa. I would like to think if it's the other way around, he would definitely be the one to give the eulogy. So that's about the quick summary of it. So thank you guys for coming hang. I sure appreciate y'all. I really do. I wish I could tell more. I literally told you guys as much as I could today. It's not to edge and tease. It's like I want to tell you guys because I'm excited. I'm very excited. Few days, guys. Few days. I'm gonna wear it again tomorrow, and I'm wearing it Thursday too. I'm gonna wear it every day. It's that good. I hope you guys enjoy it. For those of you that choose to, be on the lookout for the review. Make sure you got notifications turned on. You never know. Maybe it's not Friday at 9 a.m. That's just the safe date. The safe. Not save, safe date. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to like the stream before you leave. Check out this morning's video. Any of you that like the clones, I did the clones version of the Thanksgiving video as requested. And apparently a lot less people wanted to see it than I thought, because it did not do as well as the regular Thanksgiving video, which was surprising. Normally the clone videos are what does the best. So I was very surprised. But I appreciate you guys nonetheless. I will see y'all tomorrow. More than likely, me and George will be streaming on here tomorrow. I'll have him from the start. It won't be he just jumps on. So that's the plan. Last we spoke earlier. So probably me and George tomorrow. and he can divulge with anything further that he wants to do, because it's his investment, it's his product, you know. So I can only go so far. It's up to him to go further. It's his shit. So see you guys tomorrow. Y'all have a good one.